It is the 40,000 mile review moment for the F32. Going back a little ways, September 2016 is when I bought the car, and it had 19,000 miles on it. It's a 2014 428i, or an F32. Pretty basic whenever it comes to under the hood stuff. I haven't really done anything to it, like an intake or anything like that, or a tune, just because there are several different types of car people. There are people who care about nothing besides the speed of the car, the horsepower, all that kind of fun stuff. There are people who care about the exterior of the car, the interior, the aesthetic, the way it looks, the way it makes them feel when they're driving. And then there are people who care about both. I am more towards the type of person who cares, I want it to look how I want it to look. I want to be able to customize it. I want to do what I want to do to it. I want to build it. Mainly from the outside in. Under the hood types of things aren't completely off the table to me, but they are last on my list. As far as horsepower, it has 240 horsepower, so it's not horrible. Gets phenomenal gas mileage, which I came from a vehicle that got like 12 on a really good day. So getting like 28 to 30 miles per gallon is heaven to me. We are here for the 40,000 mile review. The last one I did was a 30,000 mile review. And if you kind of caught it a second ago, I got it, the vehicle at 19,000 miles. So I've put around 21,000 miles on it so far. My 2-year anniversary with the vehicle will be in September. And yeah, so let's jump right into, I made a little list so I would not forget. So let's jump right into kind of what's happened since the 30,000 mile review. So since 30,000 miles, obviously I've put another 10,000 on it, which like I said a second ago, I've put a cumulative 21,000 miles on the car since I bought it. My warranty is up. The factory warranty ended in February, so it ended March 1st. Got everything I needed to get done at the end of the warranty, like the oil change, all that kind of good stuff. I've added spacers since then, which obviously was another video on my channel, but I want them just a little bit wider. Here's kind of what I've done since I bought the car. Those were kind of the things that have happened since the 30,000 mile review. I blacked out the side markers, which I kind of need to redo those. I did it with Plasti Dip, and it looks just the same as how you would buy them online, except they're not gloss. I don't mind doing that once every 6 or 8 months rather than just spending like 40 bucks on side markers. It's just not something I want to spend money on. I put the lip on, then took the lip off. That was a whole story in itself. I added the spoiler in the back, the M4 style spoiler in the back. I changed the kidney grills from obviously stock to black, gloss black. I added wheels and tires. I have 18-inch TSW Mallory and Cooper, I want to say CS5, but I don't think that's it. It's Cooper something. And I added the spacers. One thing I wish I would have done with the TSWs, I'm glad I got 18s because I do want to lower the car a little bit more. I wish I would have gotten gloss. I don't know what I was thinking. I had gloss on my first BMW. I had satin on the Jeep, which the Jeep wasn't a big deal because it looked better when it was dirty, to be totally honest. There's a fly. I hate flies in my house. I'm gonna have to get that in a minute. And I really wish I would have gotten gloss instead of matte, because matte is a whole different ball game. And luckily they are black, so you really can't see the brake dust as much on them, at least I can't. And that's the whole reason I like black wheels, is because for some reason BMWs with the stock brake pads, especially on the front, get so much brake dust, it's just obnoxious to look at. And so the whole reason I went with black on my first BMW after noticing that was I didn't like it. And so being able to clean my wheels maybe once a week rather than literally almost every day was a huge time saver. What I am wanting to do in the future with the F32, I thought about putting it on coilovers, and then the more I thought about it and the way that it would change the ride quality and talking to one of my friends about it, I think I've decided to either do a cup kit or just springs in general. No major problems as of yet, and I hate even saying that because I don't want to jinx myself, but no major problems. The only real problem I've had is when that freaking rat got under my hood. That is the biggest issue I've had. I've noticed nothing, you know, nothing's slowly getting bad. I'm sure if something happens, it's just gonna happen like that. That's kind of how my luck goes. But So far, nothing bad, and you know, I hope that's kind of how it stays. So that's kind of it with the F32 and the 40,000 mile update. What has happened since the last update with my car? It rides like the day I bought it. It rides great. Like I said, no issues. I hate having a black car. That's one thing I wish was different because there's freaking pollen all over it right now. So let's kind of go to the E30 real quick. I know my last video was plans on that, but I'm still looking for wheels and tires. I cannot decide what I want. There's so many options out there that look great. Yeah, that's it. So that's kind of what's gone on since the 30,000 mile review. I want to get my lip back on. Obviously, I tried to install it first and I could not get the bumper back on. I don't know what happened. I couldn't get it on. My dad couldn't get it on. My brother couldn't get it on. Something was whack with that. So it did kind of suck whenever I try and park with it on. I've also been thinking about getting a high kick spoiler instead of the one that I have on currently, which I will sell that if I do get another one. Kind of a new-ish thing. I asked for questions on my Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, it's gonna be right down below right now, my Instagram handle for my cars, and not really so much me, more so my cars. But I love taking pictures of my cars, so that's kind of somewhere I can do it often without just annoying the crap out of my personal Instagram followers. Any questions that you guys wanna ask about me, my cars, what I plan on doing to either one of them, my previous cars, my Jeep. I have a lot of Jeep knowledge up there for absolutely no reason because I don't own a Jeep anymore. I will one day, but I don't currently, so lots of Jeep knowledge up there just sitting. So anything you guys wanna know, and I think I'm gonna put a question or two in each video, at the end of each video, instead of just doing one Q&A. So the first question I got was, first off, this made me laugh. Why do you always keep the inside of your E30 so dirty? Here is why. One, it's the dirty 30, so it can be dirty. Two, my black car, my F32, is pretty daggum clean consistently, even though that's my daily driver. So whenever I'm driving the E30, there is no AC in it. So what you're gonna see in there, you're gonna see, I think I have a few jackets in the back after I've gotten hot or something and taken them off during the winter. And you're gonna see Monster cans and water bottles. Reason being, when I get done driving that, I'm dying, I'm hot. And I just wanna get out. The last thing I wanna do is like clean crap out of my car. I'm hot and I'm lazy. So that's like the main reason why it's pretty dirty. Secondly, that thing has carpet floor mats in it. And I don't know if you've ever had black interior, but that was the first thing I changed in my Jeep, and that was the first thing I changed in the black car, was I took those carpet mats out and I got weatherproof mats. Okay, sorry, I had to switch the battery in the camera. So the first thing I did was I took those carpet mats out and I got weatherproof mats in both. Huge difference. One, it doesn't appear to be so dirty, even though it is. Super easy to clean, and if you have ever vacuumed carpet mats in a car that are black, it's impossible to get all the grass and crap up. He said, sorry, I'm just a clean freak and can't go a week without washing or cleaning my cars. I am that way on the exterior of the car. But real question, what types of cleaners do you use for your car? I usually use Chemical Guys for everything now, but I used to just use plain, oh, hold on, my brother's calling me. Interruptions, okay. Back to this, I usually use Chemical Guys for everything now, but I used to just use plain Armor All before I knew nothing about the importance of taking care of cars. Thanks, hashtag love your E30. I appreciate it. So what I use, I will show you right now. I use Chemical Guys currently. As I've said in other videos, I really have no brand loyalty to a certain type of product. Yes, I am aware that certain types of products aren't good for your car or aren't necessarily the best, so I keep that in mind. But I love trying new products. Right now, I absolutely love, and do not make fun of me, Turtle Wax Tire Shine. I like it a lot because it kind of gives me the ability to determine how wet I want my tire to look. And it's super easy to apply onto an applicator or just spray on the tire and then rub on with the applicator. Those are my go-to products right now. So next question and last question I'll do for this video is, are you going to LS swap the E30? In short, no, I'm not. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there are people who care about horsepower and care about power and care about speed. That is not one of the things I care about with that E30. If I had unlimited funds, of course I would swap it. I probably wouldn't do an LS swap. I'd try and keep it as German as possible. I'd probably do like an S50 or something like that. But yeah, if I had unlimited funds, I would do that. So that is it. That's the 40,000 mile review and a couple of questions. Thank you guys for watching this video. 40,000 miles down, and here's to another excellent 40,000 miles if I keep this car that long. So I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.